Boys, we're going to learn the deadlift. Our feet should be around about the same position as a squat position with our toes pointed slightly outwards. Our hands, we can use the over and under position, or you can use the double over position, whatever you're most comfortable with. Okay, when you're starting the deadlift, just go down, reach the bar to where you're nice and comfortable. The bar should be around about where your shins are. Okay, first thing that we're doing is we're bringing our chest up as high as we can go and sticking our ass out as far as it can go. The way you know that you're doing the right thing is you feel a little bit of tension through your hamstrings. Chest is up, your ass is out. Your first thing is to put tension through your shoulders, but you haven't actually lifted the bar up. And then all you need to do is drive your hips forward as quickly as you can. The first fault, and sometimes the most obvious, is moving into a position where our knees are at 90 degrees. Okay, and trying to pick the bar up from there. A much more powerful position is with our ass up and our chest up. The next fault is driving forward with your hamstrings first and then moving forward with your hips, which looks like this. What we find with the deadlift is rounded shoulders. Okay, this is going to lead to pretty significant lower back pain. All you need to remember with your rounded shoulders is to keep your chest tall.
Just raise the deadlift bar off the floor at the height of a crate, so it's about 30 odd centimeters. Ultimately what I'm doing is just teaching my body the correct form and the correct core activation, and that is going to build me up towards getting deeper. So some of the things that stop me getting so deep is going to be lack of flexibility, poor core control, or poor activation of the right muscle. So just picking it up, like what Dan says, make sure we got the right form, and we're just going to practice going through. Okay, with regards to breathing on the deadlift, traditionally what we always do is we breathe out on the hard part. So as we come up, we breathe out. Because of the intra-abdominal pressure and the pressure that's going through your vascular system, what ultimately happens, if you're getting deep towards the fetal position, when you breathe, and if you're actually holding your breath at the bottom, the pressure is going to go up even further. And because we cause abdominal pressure in here, that'll send the pressure up even further as you squash your tummy in towards your thighs. So suggestions there is when you're going heavy, and if it works within your technique and you're getting deep, you want to make sure that you start to exhale on the way down. So it's and in on the way up. So give that one a try. If you're not used to it, start with it light for a while and just see how you build up your strength through that process.
So we start out with our legs nice and wide with our toes pointed out almost as far as they can go, but we don't want them going too far out so that it's uncomfortable. Okay? We move down so that we're in that standard deadlift position. Our knees are pushed out nice and wide. What that's going to allow us to do is activate our glutes and allow us to push forward as hard as possible. Okay? Like the normal deadlift, we've got our chest high and we've got our ass out, and all we need to concentrate on is tightening up through the back and then driving through the hips. The variation of the sumo squat is with the dumbbell. It's the same principle applies where we've got our feet nice and wide, our toes pointed right out, but not too far out that it's uncomfortable. Once again, we go down, we're sticking our ass out as far as we can go and keeping our chest up nice and strong. Grabbing the dumbbell, make sure you're nice and strong through the shoulders and then driving up through your hips.